The door was not forced. Nothing was broken. Yet the moment Charlie stepped inside the apartment, he knew something terrible had happened. Because real crimes don't always scream, sometimes they whisper. The apartment is quiet to quiet, the kind of silence that feels heavy, like the air itself is holding its breath. Charlie moves slowly, careful not to disturb anything. This place looks normal at first glance. A couch neatly placed, curtains half drawn, a coffee mug sitting on the table as if someone planned to return. But normal is exactly what makes the scene dangerous. Rex steps in beside him, ears alert, nose low to the ground. He doesn't relax. That's the first sign. Dogs don't trust silence that feels staged. Charlie scans the room again, this time with different eyes. Nothing is out of place, yet nothing feels lived in. It's as if time stopped on purpose. The clock on the wall is ticking, loud in the stillness. The sound feels wrong, like it's trying hard to prove that life goes on here. Charlie notices the windows, closed tight, no fresh air. The room smells stale, untouched. Someone didn't rush out. Someone took their time. Rex pauses near the doorway, staring at the floor. Charlie follows his gaze. No blood, no marks, but the dog won't move. That's when Charlie understands the truth. This apartment isn't empty because nothing happened here. It's empty because someone made sure it looked that way. This isn't just a home. It's a message, and whoever left it behind believed no one would know how to read it. Charlie moves deeper into the apartment, his eyes no longer searching for chaos, but for control. Crimes like this are clean for a reason. Someone wanted the scene to feel safe. Rex lowers his head and walks straight past the couch, ignoring what looks obvious. That tells Charlie everything. The truth is never where it's meant to be seen. On the table sits the coffee mug, still half full, cold, untouched for hours. Charlie gently lifts it. No fingerprints on the handle. To clean. People don't wipe mugs unless they're thinking ahead. Rex suddenly stops near the desk, tail stiff, nose pressed close to the wood. Charlie kneels. The drawer is slightly open, just enough to be missed. Inside, papers are neatly stacked, except for one missing folder. Not taken in a hurry. Chosen. Charlie looks around again. The bookshelf is perfect, but one book is out of line by a few centimeters. Rex sniffs it once and pulls back. Charlie removes it. Behind the book, the wall is scratched. Small marks, fingernails. Someone stood here longer than they should have. Waiting, or hiding. The window catches Charlie's eye next. Locked from the inside. No dust disturbed on the sill. No escape that way. This wasn't a break-in. This was an invitation. The killer knew the victim. Knew where everything belonged. Knew what to take, and what to leave behind. Rex lets out a low sound, not a bark, not a growl. A warning. Charlie follows him to the hallway mirror. It's spotless except for one corner smudge, wiped badly. Like someone tried to remove their reflection. Charlie exhales slowly. Objects don't forget. They don't lie. And now, the apartment is starting to talk. Charlie steps back and lets the room come together in his mind. One clue means nothing. Two raise questions. But now, the apartment is forming a pattern. Everything is clean where it shouldn't be, and disturbed where no one would think to look. That's not panic. That's planning. He walks the path again, slowly, the same way the killer would have. From the door to the table. From the table to the desk. From the desk to the bookshelf. Each stop feels intentional, like points on a map. Rex stays close, moving only when Charlie moves, confirming the path without a sound. Charlie stops near the wall behind the shelf. The scratches aren't random. They're low, uneven, desperate. Someone was pressed here, trying not to be seen. The victim didn't run. They waited. That means they trusted the person in the room, or feared them enough to stay quiet. The missing folder starts to make sense now. It wasn't taken for money. It was taken for protection. Whatever was inside could point to one person, one moment, one secret. The killer didn't erase everything. They erased only what could expose them. Charlie looks back at the mirror in the hallway. The smeared corner wasn't about cleaning. It was about control. Someone looked at themselves before leaving. Not in fear, but to make sure they looked normal, calm, invisible. Rex suddenly sits, staring toward the door. Charlie's heart sinks. The killer didn't escape through chaos. They walked out like they belonged there. No rush, no noise, just confidence. Now Charlie knows the truth. This wasn't a crime of anger. It was a crime of patience. Charlie stands still, letting the final pieces settle into place. The apartment no longer feels empty. It feels exposed. Every object, every clean surface, every missing detail now points in the same direction. The killer didn't break in. They didn't sneak. They were welcomed. He looks again at the coffee mug. 2 cups were meant to be poured, but only one was used. That means the victim expected company. Someone familiar. Someone safe. The killer sat here, talked calmly, listened patiently. This wasn't a moment that went wrong. This was a moment that was planned from the start. Rex moves to the door and sniffs the handle, then looks back at Charlie. No fear in his posture. No stress scent. The killer wasn't nervous. That kind of calm belongs to someone who believes they won't be caught. Someone who thinks they are smarter than the room they're standing in. Charlie's eyes returned to the missing folder. That was the mistake. The killer took only one thing. The one thing that mattered. People don't steal what has no value to them. Whatever was inside connected the victim directly to their killer. And now, its absence speaks louder than its presence ever could. Charlie exhales slowly. The apartment didn't hide the truth. It protected it. It waited for someone who knew how to listen. Rex lets out a soft breath, his work done. The puzzle is complete. The killer thought silence would protect them. But silence always leaves traces. And now, the truth is nowhere left to hide. Charlie steps away from the apartment knowing the case is already solved. The walls won't speak again, but they've said enough. Rex walks beside him, calm, certain. Somewhere out there, the killer still believes they erased the truth. But one missing detail has already exposed them. The arrest is only a matter of time now. Because no matter how careful someone is, the truth always finds a way back into the light.